game we are going to be talking about is called Psychopath Meter, and this game is incredibly sickening to play and experience. Yet I still did because I was intrigued by the itch.io page when it asked me to be over 18 to play this game. After a lot of boxes were checked, I would continue. I would proceed to find out what the buzz was about this game, which was a grave mistake. So I'll start off with the game setting. A cold-blooded killer wearing a mask who calls himself the Killer Host. The Killer Host is a new serial killer. Tonight, he will make his debut by putting on a gruesome show. Begging for mercy won't get you out of there. And now we will start with the beginning of the gameplay. We start the game by streaming a scary game with our live viewers on Twitch using OBS on our side monitor. This game gives off somewhat realistic vibes that we can relate to. Even the main character of the game is explaining to his viewers that we can find this game on itch, which is creepy. Now, he ended the live stream and opened X or Twitter to see his updates and what was interesting on there. He finds a football team that won. And wait, something is trending on X, which is a psychopathic test which the main character engages. However, this is the part where you're allowed to pick which choices you put on the test. But these questions are weird and take a weird turn when asked. Anyways, I put truthfully and what was morally right in those questions, and it gave me a 17%. But this is where the main character says, I don't like it, and what a stupid test. This is where we get up from the gaming chair and look for something to eat and drink. After we could leave the YouTuber room, once we exit the door, we come out of the Studio 1, and there was many other rooms, which look like a creepy run-down old hallway. Making our way, we will see creepy items like cleaning supplies, weights, and cabinets. As we made our way to the door, we opened it, where we found a mirror and what looked like a place to get dressed. In the mirror, we see gloves, a mask, and a camcorder. This is where the game takes a dark turn, where I and you, as the viewer, can never turn back. As we put on the raincoat, pants, gloves, boots, and mask, the game makes us look in the mirror, where we can see ourselves. The main character talks to himself weirdly, like a serial killer or a psychopath would. He says he's going to be famous for his mass killing spree, and giving himself a psychological talk to himself and us, the player. He says, let's go to Studio 2 to shoot a video. While walking over there, at that point, I was regretting playing this game because this is where I felt disgusted and what was on the other side of that door. As we open the door with our camcorder in hand, we see a woman hanging on a wood board in her underwear, her blood with restraints holding her, and there's a light pointing between her and the other table, which look like torture devices. As we set up the camera with the tripod facing her, we can only imagine our minds what it is to come. After the main character stops talking and gives his dialogue to the camera, you tell this man is crazy. The whole game shift is apparent. After he turns on some music for his audience, we get to untape the girl as she speaks. She is scared and doesn't know or have any relation to the character we play. However, this guy is so cruel that he makes up fabricated story for his audience to side with him. After this horrible encounter, the player has to make the drill to torture her, which we get 3 spots to do so. Her head being one of them, her chest, and her, area. You as the player get to choose which is horrifying and despicable. Rena, the girl being tortured, begs to let her go, but the main character can care less about her and wants some views. As we tap the drill to her body, she bleeds a lot to the point she almost dies. This character stops and looks back at the camera to give more quote-unquote entertaining content to his fans by speaking about a real-life incident that happened in India and about how a 55-year-old man named Nakahamput, I'm sorry if I butchered that name, killed his wife due to cheating. And if you're sensitive to these topics, you don't want to hear the next minute or so, but the main character is still pushing the narrative to spin the audience to favor him over Rina's death on camera, and how cruel you have to be to make the player, me and you, witness the video of Nakaharu beheading his wife as to help his case to his video audience, the main character. He even brings up how under the real YouTube video, there are comments on how real people are siding with Nakaharu and the beheading of his wife. The main character brings those comments up and how he is in the right. After his ramblings to his audience on camera, he begins to go to his cleaning station and gets a knife to finish the job, sawing Rina to get rid of her body on camera. The screen goes red and Rina is screaming, but then after her getting sawed, it goes black. And this is the end of the demo, Psychopath Meter. This game was honestly breathtaking, and I have no afterthoughts after I finished it. I'll give this game a 9 out of 10 on the scary scale, because how this game is, it just sent chills in my spine, because I've never seen a game like this take it this far. And I don't know what to think about this game. One more thought on my mind would be the aftermath of Rina and her body parts. Would we have to use a camcorder to videotape her disposal of her body? And what would happen to the main character? Would we have to record the mass killing spree that we had to endure as the player playing as the killer? Well, we won't know until the full game releases, but still, this game is really messed up. But yes, hope you enjoyed this video, and my name is Jonah. Stay scary.